Katniss had truly fallen in love with Peeta, would Snow have left them alone? No. I don't think he would have. By the time we actually start the Hunger Games series, the rebellion has actually been building for a very long time. It's pointed out many times throughout the series, and even Snow makes it very clear in the final book when he said that Katniss was just a girl plucked from obscurity. She really was. She really was just the spark that ignited everything. But the fuse had already been laid. Everything had already been set. They just needed someone to spark it. And Snow knew this. And Snow is not a stupid man. He did not make it to the position he is and maintain that level of power by overlooking potential enemies. Snow would have known about the rebellion. He likely would have known about District 13. He knew about everything that was going on, and he was very well aware of the fact that Katniss Everdeen was an accidental hero. But he is also very well aware of the fact that she was a dangerous person. Because she was uncontrollable, because she didn't listen to advice, because she didn't really trust anyone. And so he knew from the very start the only way to even try and attempt to maintain this rebellion was to try and control Katniss Everdeen. And we realize this in the third book when Haymitch is talking to District 13 in the control room, and he is asking everyone, when did Katniss Everdeen make you feel something? And all of these moments was when she was acting of her own volition, when she wasn't being controlled, when she was just doing what she thought was right, when she volunteered for Prim at the Reaping, when she laid the flowers for Rue, when she took the berries and gave them to her and Peeta. And we know from what Snow says at the very end in his last scene with Katniss, he has been watching her this whole time. He knows that she won't even listen to her mentors, to Peeta, to really anyone if she thinks that what she's doing is right. And it's in those moments where her actions have the potential to become so powerful that they actually do disrupt the system, because she's being broadcast all over Panem. Everyone is watching what she's doing. And so Snow needed a way to control Katniss, to contain that fire. And first he had to get her to trust him. And so he does what he has never before really done with any other person, and he is honest with Katniss. Completely honest to the point where she knows that he is being honest. He candidly tells her about all the growing rebellions in the districts, and he threatens her family. But as he says in that beautiful scene to Seneca Crane in the first film, hope is the only thing stronger than fear. He knew he couldn't control Katniss Everdeen on fear alone. And so he had to give her the hope that she could save her family from him killing them if she completed a certain task. And so essentially the entire task of Katniss Everdeen going to these districts on the victory tour and trying to convince even Snow that she was in love with Peeta was a big distraction. Because Snow knew that sending Katniss into these districts with growing rebellions could spark more rebellions, especially if she wasn't aware of the threat to her own family, and especially more if she thought, well, oh, her family's gonna die anyway, so what does it matter? He needed her on her best behavior, and so he offered the best distraction he could think of, and a task that she could completely distract herself with while on the victory tour. And Katniss wasn't blind to all the horrors that were occurring in the districts when they went there. This is especially prominent when they go to District 11. But she is also so focused on keeping her family safe and keeping her family alive that she prioritizes that over everything. And so I think even if Katniss genuinely was in love with Peeta, Snow would have found another way to distract her, because he needed her mind not looking at the people in the districts, but looking at him. And I wouldn't put it past Snow to know that Katniss genuinely was in love with Peeta, but gaslight her into thinking that she wasn't, and make her proof that she is, even when she already was. It was never a matter of whether or not Katniss loved Peeta, the rebellion would die off. It was a matter of Snow controlling Katniss for as long as he could to stifle the rebellion as much as he could. So in answer to your question, if Katniss and Peeta had actually fallen in love, would Snow leave them alone? No. No, he wouldn't have.